I ended up, I don't know. I guess I have kind of a weird story. Okay, so first things first. My name is Lily, and small introduction to my channel. This is basically gonna be my way of documenting my time through college for me to eventually look back on when I graduate. So if nobody watches these videos, whatever. If they do, cool. Enjoy watching my journey unfold with me. Second order of business, I am new to vlogging, so I apologize if I'm weird, because that'll probably happen. And I'm gonna try to do the best that I can. And now on to the main point of this video, reflecting on my freshman year at college. Go to Rhode Island College. I just auditioned into the music education program. We'll be auditioning for the musical theater program in the fall. I came in last fall as a social work major, and about 7 days into my first semester, I decided I hated it, and it was not for me. So I started exploring my other options and settled on musical theater because that had always been part of the plan. I was initially going to do social work and musical theater. And yeah, so I finished out my first semester in my intro to social work class, which I hated a lot. Finished some gen eds that semester. I ended the semester with 2 friends on campus. I'm not the best at making friends. First semester was rough. I hated it at school. I hated living there. I hated my program. I didn't want to be there. I wanted to transfer. I wanted to drop out. I just generally hated it. And then I started getting more involved with the music program and my choir, and learned to find the things that made me happy there and thrive on them instead of focusing on the things I didn't like. At the end of the semester, I did my first large choral concert, accompanied by an orchestra, and knew I couldn't leave because there was no way I was ditching the chorus I had just fallen in love with. That's essentially first semester. I made a couple friends, didn't think I'd really hang out with them after the first semester, went home for winter break, and planned to come back and almost start over in the spring. And then the spring semester comes around. My one friend who I knew would carry over from first to second semester introduced me to some people from our chorus who he had become friends with, who were in the music program. And we hit it off fairly immediately, and it was great, and I started spending all my time with them. Things were great, loved school, and then I started with my voice teacher and started prepping for my audition for the musical theater program. When I auditioned in February, I did not get in, and I was in utter shock, and part of me wanted to drop out of school because that had been my ultimatum. If I didn't make the musical theater program, I was going to drop out and go do something else, go to cosmetology school, go elsewhere. But I didn't want to leave my friends, I didn't want to leave my choral professor, and I had started loving the music program, loving the music theory classes I was in this semester, loving working with a voice teacher, and decided that maybe I wanted to do music education. So this past 2 weeks ago now, I auditioned for the music education program and was admitted. But before that, I did a lot of discussing with my choral professor, getting a lot of input from her, discussing if it's a possibility for me to do both, which we still aren't sure of. The School of Education at Rhode Island College might not let me do that, but we're gonna try anyway. But for now, I'm a music education major. And yeah, so that's where we're at. As for the rest of my spring semester, I made some great friends, went on some wonderful adventures. We went up to Cape Cod for a weekend, and it was great. I reunited with a friend from last semester because he happened to be the roommate of one of my friends I made this semester. And I ended the semester not wanting to leave because now all my friends are far away, and I'm very upset about it. But I guess that's a much better feeling than ending the semester not wanting to return to school after break, because I hated it so much before. I know a lot of people from my hometown who hated their first semester at whatever school they were at, and they just left. And at this point, I'm really glad I didn't do that, because I ended up making some really fantastic friends who I'm very grateful to have met. Also, way back in first semester, I joined the ballroom dance club, which you might be saying to yourself, what the heck is that? And I started going to lessons on Sunday nights, and I competed in my first competition back in October. I fell in love with the club. Now, at the end of my freshman year in the club, I am on the e-board, I'm helping run the club, I'm taking ballroom lessons over the summer to continue to improve. I'm thriving, and I don't think I ever first saw myself joining. And so I guess I don't know. It's honestly kind of weird for me to think back to my first semester, to sitting in my dorm room alone with two friends in my building who I was only friends with because I knew them from home. And it's just crazy that I went from antisocial and unhappy to not wanting to leave because I don't see my friends every day now. And I guess my life changed a lot my freshman year of college. A lot of things I didn't foresee happening happened. Not saying it's a bad thing, just a lot of crazy stuff happened. Changed my major 3 times, broke up with my boyfriend of over 4 years, who I started dating freshman year of high school, which I don't think anybody, including me, ever saw coming. I made friends from out of state. I continued to stay in contact with these friends from out of state. And honestly, I'm in a great place compared to where I was heading into college. I hope other people can look back on their freshman year and find moments that they look back on as fondly as I can about mine. So anyways, thank you for watching. Click subscribe if you want to continue to follow my life on YouTube. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time.